the cold for crumbling empire.
It's a Sheringham. History is made. Manchester United are the champions of Europe.
Hello
again.
and welcome to This Is United podcast. I am your host Vince, and today I'm joined by Alex.
Hello.
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 Shall we jump straight into player ratings versus Southampton, or have you?
Yeah, let's go player ratings. And I just want to say what a positive week we've just had.
It was lovely.
We're not going to get many this season, and I just want to revel in it for a little second.
Two games in a row.
2 games in a row, as if we're actually celebrating stuff like that.
How happy does it make you feel?
Player ratings against Southampton.
Yes.
Okay, starting off in goal.
Wow, what a difference.
Onana, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10.
I'm happy with that.
Actually, do you know what? I think you couldn't go wrong with a 10.
Yeah,
I don't think you put a foot wrong, saved a penalty.
Changed the game for us because we were under pressure at that point.
Made another decent save. I think kicking wise, maybe.
Hey, look, when you've saved the penalty, you
can do whatever you want.
So,
yeah,
solid start.
Massive change, and for both of us, we're not the biggest fans of his ability, not him as a person.
Yeah.
But it was really good to see.
And how good does it feel to be proved wrong? Let's hopefully
continues
it.
I've always said, like, whatever we say, all of our criticism or positivity, whatever, we're going to have both, and we're allowed to have both because this is our team.
And
but
we have to deal with
it's really not. Yeah,
all
but it's
time.
really nice to get proved wrong.
Yeah.
when you slate a player.
Dallo got an assist, so solid start. He looked solid defensively. He did give away the penalty.
5 out of 10. I thought he had a really poor game.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I thought he was solid, apart from giving away the penalty.
I thought Lewis Diblin had him on toast, mate.
So with the 5 in the first half, in the second half it's a lot stronger. But
He
in the
was
5,
lucky
in
he
with
got
the
taken
assist,
off.
you happy with the 5? I think
The assist is good, and his attacking returns, it's decent. Dallo's a really competent attacker.
still out of position.
Defensively, I thought he had a really bad game.
I'm happy with the 5 with an assist and a penalty conceded. Had that gone in, it probably would have been a lot worse.
A lot worse, yeah.
Let's go. Well, for me, man of the match.
De Ligt.
Oh my word.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
How good is he?
10 out of 10.
Yeah. I know it's only Southampton, so we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but you can just see the quality, the way he reads the game, cleared the ball off the line, scored a goal, had a decent second chance, just a solid all-round defender. He looks like a leader, doesn't he?
Yeah, and we've needed it.
Yeah,
United
big
have
time.
needed this.
At the back.
I said on my podcast this week that Manchester United have been looking for this exact centre-half for 10, 15 years, since Rio left, probably, since Vidic
You
left.
can read the game.
A player who's just good on the ball. You've got him in the right positions at the right time. You feel safe when he's on the ball, but when he's out of possession, when he's defending one-on-one, I don't ever feel like he's going to lose the ball.
No.
He's a special player, and I think when he went to Juve, I think his career was at a point where he was going to be considered very quickly the best centre-half in the world. That was his trajectory.
Well, the fans didn't want him to leave. They did a petition, didn't they, to not let him go
but
as
why?
well.
I don't know why it didn't work out for him. Same as Bayern. I didn't really feel like he lit the world up there, but it's hard to do that from centre half. I just think maybe, hopefully, he's found his home, and this is it for him. This is where his career really starts. He's still so young.
I know. I think the emphasis on the ball control as well. So just quickly while we're on it, Harry Maguire came on. He slowed the play down, made everything difficult. De Ligt's looking for that pass straight out, and his quality with the ball. I think overall, I think he won like 4 out of 6, 4 out of 4 headers, 4 out of 6 duels. The passing rate, I think he was like 90% or 89% around that figure. Just quality. I'm buzzing. We've got him.
Massive threat from corner
Which we've got other than Casemiro, we've got nothing.
Pieces. Yeah. And how long has it been? And you've
free kick.
Right.
Oh my God.
Corner kicks for us as Man United fans have been. I mean,
awful. So you get one. What's the point?
The last 5-10 years have been shocking.
Defensively
so it's
nice.
As well. Yeah. That's also true. It's nice to see us score a corner. De Ligt. I'm sold on him.
And me, 100%. I think you've got the player who reads the game, and then you've got obviously the enforcer with Martinez, who's just.
And also another centre half who's brilliant with the ball at his feet.
I saw a clip, and we're going to run off things here, so the player ratings. A clip of some other podcast, I should have got the name of it, where they were saying about he's not even in the top 10 defenders in the league, Martinez. And when they were banging out the names of who they thought was better, I was like, I don't know, are we a bit blinded because we're United fans? Possibly. Because when they were saying the names, I was like, you've got Diaz, even Ake, Akanji, and you're like, I don't know. Van Dijk. You could probably throw Konate in there because on form he's top quality.
Van der Ven. Romero. I think if Martinez was playing for City, we'd all be talking about him as the top 3, top 5 centre halves in the league. I just think he plays for Man United. He's had an injury, and we are just in a bad place. But then you could argue, if he's that good, he'll turn United around. And I think he's got the best.
One of our top
he's
players,
got the best person to sit next to him now, I think. And if they both keep fit, I think it's really positive.
I think solid 6,
solid
7.
6 or 7.
I would say around that area.
Yeah.
Mazraoui, I'm really impressed with him. I'm so impressed.
I love him.
He's what
Dallow's not playing at right back.
No.
I don't know how he gets in.
I don't know. And Dallo going forward is a very good right back. Very, very good. He scored for Portugal. International break. He's very good.
Very comfortable on the ball.
But Mazraoui looks like he's not going to lose it. He takes players on defensively. He works well. And a lot of things I noticed is if he's out of position because he's gone forward, De Ligt will go out to the wing. He'll drop straight back into that centre back position. Dallo doesn't do that. He's got no awareness around him at all. Where Mazraoui's a player. For the money we got for him, 15 million, he's a player. But I'm the same with you. Solid performance.
I don't think he comes out of that side if Luke Shaw comes back or Tyrell Malacia comes back. I don't know, but I think the only way Dallo plays at the moment and his first choice right back or full back is if he plays left back.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Manu? I thought it was an unjust yellow card.
Yeah, and I think it kills him a little bit. Like Manu's, he had it for England. I think he got booked quite early on,
didn't he?
And it's really difficult for a centre midfielder who, especially with under United's pressure, where we're getting counter-attacked and he's got to kind of recover, he's got to fill in, he's got to be putting a foot in where he probably shouldn't be because he's filling in because we're not that great defensively when we're on the turn. I think it's really difficult for him once he's booked to put a stamp on a game. That said, I think on the ball he's always phenomenal. Yeah. He's our best player on the ball.
He's our best outlet, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, again, I'm probably happy with the 6.5.
Yeah, go with the 6, yeah.
No, this is a tough one for Alex. Eriksen. I thought he was good. And just while we're on the fact of it, I know it's only Barnsley and people are going with Barnsley, he still looked better than he has done for the last year, maybe even close to bordering to 2 years.
Found his level, Vince.
Oh, don't start.
He found his level.
Come on, give him his due, because he was good against Southampton.
He was all right.
No, he was better than all right.
I tell you what,
you compare
Southampton, the result, I knew this was going to happen. The result, the scoreline, is going to actually take away from how close we were to actually how close Erik ten Hag was to losing his job there.
Well, I think I texted you, didn't I, saying that first 30 minutes, I was like, this might be his job. We were.
Cameron Archer slots that penalty away.
No, yeah, but now I've calmed down. And I know we've won 3-0, so it's easy to calm down and think about it. Southampton played and dominated Newcastle. Just couldn't get the goal. They played Everton last night. They had 75% possession. They're a good possession-based team, but they can't score. Same against United. Good possession, they couldn't score. So try not to be too negative about it because they're a solid team. They are a good team, and they probably should stay up if they play like this for the rest of the season. If they can get that goal scorer to get the goals in, I think they'll be all right. But yeah, that first 30 minutes was really bad. Really, really bad. But that penalty save just completely changed it. But
once again, how do we come off the back of an international break? The United team have come off the back of a 3-0 loss at home at Old Trafford to Liverpool, and nothing's changed. We needed a penalty save, which is a freak moment, for us to turn the game around and actually start playing.
Our next game is which we'll go into in a bit. Our next game is our test. Well, at Southampton, we've got 3 points.
You said that against Brighton, though. No,
but I think Palace that we struggle with them, especially away from home. Brighton, I think are going to be solid this season, so a tough test. But I think Palace, if we go and get a performance and lose to Palace, then we know the Southampton result might just be an odd one off. But to then go and beat Barnsley 7-0 yesterday,
7-0 is impressive.
It's just got to give them confidence, and we'll get to Rashford.
We needed our forwards to score, and they did, and that is a massive plus, and I think it was a big plus. I said after the game, I think I said to you, when Garnacho scored that third against Southampton, 2-0 just wouldn't have felt right.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sat right with me. I wouldn't have really accepted that. But 3-0 just, yeah. And am I being glossed over by a 3-0 scoreline? Arguably, yes.
I don't know, because
trying to keep level, you know?
In my head, when I was sat on the sofa watching it, I thought, if we concede 1, do we concede 2? Because United, that's what we do.
I don't think we would have lost that game, but I think a 1-1 would have been something that I wouldn't have been surprised to see. You know, I thought it was going to be 0-0 and late on they'll nick it, but fortunately, obviously, like you said, the Onana save changed the game. And he did change the game, so yeah, I'm happy. But yeah,
Eriksen
7 for me.
6. You are so harsh on him, man. Right, now let's go on to your man, Diallo. Ahmad.
8.
I knew you did.
He's brilliant.
Assist again. He is just
He's
so
brilliant.
composed, isn't he? And calm.
He's our right winger.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it now.
I agree.
Garnacho and Rashford can fight it out for left wing, or if Rashford wants to go centre forward, whatever. Amad Diallo is our right winger.
He's our player, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's our player.
Yeah. I'm so used to watching United players get the ball, especially wide players, turn back, pass it back, slow the game down. He is the exact opposite. He gets the ball, he's on the front foot, and he wants to run at players. Defenders all back off him and give him space. You look on the other side with Rashford, because everyone knows in the Premier League particularly that Rashford isn't running at you. He isn't going to rip you apart like a Vinicius Junior might. They'll be really tight to him.
And they'll double up and he won't go
he's
anywhere.
Always going backwards. Whereas the defenders on the other side are scared of Amad Diallo. They do not want to get touch tight to him. So he's spinning, he's got space, he can run, he can cut on his left foot, have a shot, get an assist. So yeah, I was really happy, and I think he is our long-term right winger.
Exciting times. No room for Anthony?
I think Anthony done more than enough against Barnsley to show that he belongs at Man United, but whether he plays, I don't know.
After he scored that goal.
Well, I mean, look, ask yourself the question.
Basics. Just
what
do
you want out of Anthony? Do you want him
Basics.
to come in and score you 15 goals, 20 goals a season? Probably not. Yes, the fee was inflated and it shouldn't have been paid, but he's not going to play over Ahmed. So what do we want? We want him to come in midweek, score a goal, get us the win.
Not for me. Just do the basics. Get the ball like he did in the first half. Pass it off. Bring it down. Make the correct pass. Not stop with the pop shots from everywhere outside the box. Like I said yesterday, he came on. He started and he played really well until he scored that penalty. He did everything correct. Brought the ball down. Passed it when he should. Tried to take on a couple of players, which I don't mind. You lose the ball. I'm not against that. But then as soon as he scored that penalty in the second half, he was just back toward Anthony. Tried to take people on. Didn't work. Shooting from every angle when there was better passes on. Just do the basics, mate, and it'll get better.
He's also fighting for his place. Like, of course he's going to shoot there.
Yeah, but he's had enough time to fight for his place. He had a whole season. Anyway, we're going off tangent.
Just on Anthony, just one last thing. On Anthony, are we currently suppressing a potential top draw left back or right back? If he lost the ego,
I agree.
Sat back, dropped back,
he'd be solid defensively.
How good is he defensively?
But when Ten Hag played him at left back, I remember last season,
he hated it
off.
And he was complaining. But
you're not good enough to play right
this is
wing,
what I mean.
so have a go at left back.
If your ego take your ego out of it, he's quick, he's strong, he's tenacious, he can make a tackle, he's really press resistant. If someone's pressing him, he doesn't give the ball away. He can hold players off and he can pass it, and he makes a lot of correct decisions going backwards, not necessarily going forwards. But I think he's a really good option. And I don't know why we haven't done that. You look at Newcastle, Eddie Howe looked at Joel Linton and thought, he's not my striker. Let's play him central midfield. Gareth Bale was a left back. It's not really working. Gareth Bale, I think, lost the first 14 games or something it was at Tottenham at left back. They moved him left wing. Some players just don't work. Doesn't mean they're bad players, just don't work in a certain position. Yeah. Maybe he's a left back.
I think Gary Neville hit the nail on the head, didn't he? You grow up, you don't want to be a Gary Neville.
Nobody wants to be a Gary Neville.
If you're good enough to be a Gary Neville, go and be a Gary Neville.
Oh, I think he's got potential. Or we're absolutely crazy. I don't know. One or the other.
Well, either or. Bruno
Fernandes.
Solid, just
yeah. I'm always expecting more from him, but I'll give him a 6.5.
And I mean, he came on against Barnsley, got 2 assists.
2 assists, yeah,
10
very
minutes.
good.
He looked very good. So yeah, again, just do what he needs to do. Now, Rashford. I've had my gripes with Rashford, and I'm not having all this crap that they're saying online. He's back. Good, solid performance. Gets himself a goal. Got himself 2 against Barnsley again. Another solid performance. But we're playing Southampton, and we are playing, with no disrespect, and we're playing Barnsley. There's a long way to go yet, so don't start hyping him up. He's back. He's going to do it, because if he turns up against Palace and he does nothing, the pressure on him is just going to be tenfold again. It doesn't need to be. Had a good game. Enjoy it for what it is. I'll probably give him an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed his performance. Let's move on.
I thought he was our best player.
Oh no!
I thought he was our most.
Delict was a man of the match.
Delict was our best player. I thought he was our best
attacker.
Yeah, and
over Ahmad.
Yeah, I just felt like every time Rashford picked up the ball, I felt like we were going to score. I haven't felt like that with Rashford in a long time. But over the last week,
he felt like he was giving it a go, wasn't he? He was there.
Turning,
he was
popping passes off, receiving them, taking shots on, not ballooning things over the ball, over the bar.
Is that because of the training he's been doing recently?
No, because he's always done that sort of level of training. Maybe he stepped it up, and maybe he's done a few things like he was doing the boxing and things like that. I don't know whether he does that all the time.
Which we have said we think he's got to be in that team for the training regime because he's not in there for performances. So
he's in there because he is a technically
gifted
special player. Yeah.
Okay,
and I think he had a really good game, and hopefully he is back. And I've always been Rashford's biggest supporter. Even I have had almost enough of him, but it's not quite there. I've not quite tipped, and I said it to you last week. Give him one more chance.
Well, we've got Palace next, so we'll see how he comes in, and we'll give him a good go, and hopefully gets himself another goal. Now, Xerxes is a tough one. So he wasn't highly rated for the game, but I thought, and we both agreed with this, I thought he was quality in his link-up play, bringing the ball down, taking players on. He did everything correct, bar put the ball in the back of the net. Now,
and he needs to put the ball in the back of the net.
And he should have. But if he puts the ball in the back of the net, he's getting an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Because he was brilliant link-up wise. Didn't get much opportunity, but he was brilliant. So I still don't think he's a number 9. I've said that. I don't know where he plays. I like him. But as soon as Haaland's back, he's going straight into that team. I do like Xerxes. I just don't know where we're going to fit him in. But for me, again, I think 6 out of 10 probably for Xerxes because of the mixed chance. And you could have to put your foot on the ball, and they would. Yeah, he should have scored. But I did.
Ramsdale covers it quite well, and I understand why you missed, but also you've got to score. And it's not being too harsh when you are talking about Manchester United that someone should put the ball away in that situation. I don't think it's harsh. I think if he's playing for a different team, if he's playing down the league, maybe if he was playing for Southampton that game, you probably expect him not to. At Man United, we need better.
If you're playing against top 5-6 team, we're all of a sudden that can't be missed.
Yeah, I think a Liverpool player scores that, a City player scores that. Yeah, we've got to give him time, and I'm happy to.
For Netherlands.
Yeah, I do like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
I do. So all right with that. Yeah. So player of the week, we've already discussed that. I think De Ligt is player of the week. We've gone through the stats.
He's going to be player of the season.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Well, we've got 1 goal, 2 shots on target. I think a 92% pass rate. I think he won 4 out of 4 headed duels. 6 out of 4 out of 6? I think it was. Just some other clearances, something along those lines. Cleared the ball off the line on one of the chances. I just think we've said
he's a monster centre back, so and we needed one. So yeah.
So happy with player of the week.
Yeah.
However, villain of the week.
Is villain of the week a player from us or
I think it has to
an
be.
opposition?
I think it has to be. I think it has to be us. When I say villain, I don't want to he's an arsehole.
Can we include opposition players?
Oh, you're going to go for the red card?
Well, what, Jack Stevens?
Yeah.
I almost in play. I actually didn't think it was a red card. No, when you watch it back, it's like, it went high. Can't do that. Yeah. Maybe he's villain of the week, Jack Stevens. I'd rather say that off the back of 2 really positive performances. Let's make Jack Stevens our villain of the week.
Jack Stevens, you are villain of the week, sir.
Okay.
Right. How many points do you think we're going to get from our next 5 games? So I'll run through the next 5 games. We have got Palace away next.
A point.
Happy with a point? I think it's a real tough place to go.
I'm not happy with the point. I actually think we need to go there and win. But
if we go there and win, all of a sudden,
I've got to be
looking a bit better.
I've got to be realistic. I'm
not confident.
I'm not happy with the point, but I'd rather that than get beat. So yeah.
So we've got FC20 then in the Europa League, which we'll
have to beat
bypass.
Yeah.
Then we've got Spurs at home. I think that's a winnable game. How weird is it that I think we can beat Spurs, but I'm not confident with Palace?
I just feel like Spurs are so us.
So Spurs.
They're so Spurs, but they're so us. They just do things like we do with missing chances, wasting opportunities. The game's there for them to take it by the scruff of the neck, and then they're spooning something over the bar. They are just like us. I think Spurs' biggest problem, by the way, is they actually don't have a system that complements their best player. Son Heung-min looks lost in that side.
Massively.
I don't know what's gone on. Obviously, he's moved from centre forward to left wing. But now he doesn't take a shot. He's always passing backwards. He's not really getting in behind.
Doesn't take a player on, does he?
He scored a couple the other week. But the Son Heung-min I want to see should be taking shots on, should be running a game.
One of the best Premier League players we've had over the last 10 years.
And it's nothing to do with him as a player. I think it's the system. I don't think Ange set it up right. Now, Ange has had a chance, obviously, tonight while we're recording to test some things out. And obviously, after the North London derby, he'll probably change a couple of things. So obviously by the time he gets to United, he'll have everything sorted, and they'll
or
beat
if
us
you
3-0.
give him a call, give him your Alex tips, maybe he'll sort himself out.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe they'll beat us.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He's got to not. You're looking at it like it's clear as day. Stop playing Son left wing. Just play him through the middle. I know you just bought Solanke, but you need to do one or the other.
I thought Solanke was good against Arsenal.
Put Solanke and
Yeah,
Son
no
up
chances.
top.
Yeah, have a go.
Take
He's
Brennan
gonna-
Johnson out of the team. He's
He
coming under a lot
is.
of pressure, and I don't want to add to it.
But he's been. I've said to Baker,
It's not his level.
No, it's not.
not his
It's too
level.
high at the moment.
Yeah.
He hasn't got. He's
He's got plenty
Dan
of
James.
positives.
Good player,
Yeah.
but just not ready yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dan James is ever going to get the end product. But Brennan Johnson is just not ready. It feels like. But Spurs do that with a lot of their players. They buy young players in, and they aren't quite ready. Sessegnon, you've got Archie Gray. Archie Gray's a player, mind, but is he ready? Not when you're spending how much they spend on him. Whatever they spent on him.
A lot of players
Well,
come through Spurs, and it's not really worked out. But I didn't really ever feel like Brennan Johnson was ready for a £40 million move to a potential Champions League side.
I don't like Alanga, and I'd probably say Alanga's probably more ready for a move like that.
I probably agree. I think he's a better finisher, and he's done it on a big stage as well. But if you had to say who's going to score more goals this season, I'll tell you Brennan Johnson would. But yes,
What do we know?
But Spurs, yes, I would like 3 points there.
3 points.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
Trafford.
do score predictions of the Palace game at the end.
Okay.
We'll see what you think. We'll
Yeah.
see what we're going to go with. We've got Villa away.
Tough, really tough. Really tough.
Villa are a big team, aren't they?
I'll take a point. Depends if they're off the back of European game, but I'll take a point.
They've just won 3-0 in their first European competition.
It wasn't easy. I don't know if you watched it. It wasn't easy for him.
Is it not?
It was the pitch, I think. They were playing on a plastic pitch.
Young boys, right?
Yeah, young boys.
We've played there a few times.
It's horrible.
It's
Yeah, horrible
minging.
place. So,
4G in it.
they did all right to come away with
3-0.
3-0.
And a disallowed goal?
I think it was 2-0, wasn't it?
Was it 3?
I thought. Oh yeah.
And they got a disallowed goal as
and
well,
they got
didn't they?
John Duran.
Yeah.
He worries me.
What a goal the other night, by the way. You haven't spoken about that. Have you spoken about that?
No.
I
have
word,
briefly, but
I was sat there and my missus is asleep and I jumped up and was like, what a goal! Because you don't see that in football anymore.
They don't do it.
What? Oh my word, it was beautiful. And she woke up, she said, oh, you're waking me up. And she's like, oh, that's quite a good goal actually. I'm fucking
Have you seen the the Villa fan that's taken a picture of the sunset? Like they're in the ground, they take a photo. When they've reviewed it, you can press live on there. You press live, and it's the moment John Duran scores and rockets it in.
No
Oh, it's
way.
brilliant. I'm going to try and find it and try and include it in the video.
That would be sick.
Oh, it's so good.
Goal of the season.
I think it's an early shout. I think there's plenty more.
I loved it. He was whacking that as well. That wasn't just like a little pop. He thought, I'm having this. And it was straight in. But
He's got so much confidence, so much self-belief. He thinks he's better than Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, did you see the interview after the game? Yeah, he said, I'm better. They said he thinks he's better than Ollie Watkins. And Ollie Watkins at the end, they did an interview with him. He's like, oh yeah, he's a good goal. He's top quality. Kind of a bit like, I don't want to see how good he is.
I think it's classy from Ollie Watkins not to say anything other than positive things.
I love Ollie.
On John Duran, who was looking at him. United. Who turned him down? United.
Of course.
Yeah. It was a couple of years ago before he went to Villa as well.
Did it with Haaland.
Yeah.
It was just terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll get anything at Villa. I think they're going to turn up for big games like that now. I think it's going to be tough. So I'm not excited for Villa. Brentford at home. That should be a win.
Should be a win. I don't.
They were decent against Liverpool.
Gave City a tough game.
Yeah, but I
Whistler's
still
out for 3 months.
I think because we're at home, it has to be a win.
We have to win.
Yeah,
We have to win these games. Yeah.
And a tough one for us, West Ham away.
I think we got to beat West Ham.
They're a weird team, though.
They're a strange side.
They can lose 4 in a row and then they'll go smash us 5-0.
Yeah, I think we should go there and beat them. I'm not a massive fan of this West Ham. So the players. Oh, what a team!
They've got some good players
under it's Lopetegui, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
sold on him.
No, not yet.
So many points we're saying. So we've got Palace away,
a point.
Spurs at home,
3 points.
Then we've got Villa away.
Let's stick to 4 points.
4 points. And we've got Brentford at home,
7 points.
West Ham away,
10 points.
So 10 points, you'd be happy with the next 5 games, including those. We've got the Europa around Porto.
I'll take that probably right now. Yeah, I will.
And your score prediction for Palace?
Palace, I think we will win 2-0.
I'm gonna go 1-0.
I think
it's gonna be a 1-0 game. Whoever gets that first goal, it's gonna be minging. It's gonna be a disgusting game.
We've just got to keep Eze and Mateta quiet, and I think we'll win that game.
Eze, just
I fancy Garnacho. He's
just stick someone on Eze. I think You just got to stick to the game.
Ugarte, by the way, we didn't do.
How did he not get carded?
Oh my god,
6 fouls.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I can believe
Every
it.
single time he was like lunging.
But this was 5 because when he got cut open, he was fouled, and they gave the foul to, is it Cullen?
Yeah,
Took
I
him
don't
out.
know if it was. I can see why it was given the other way though.
Don't know. But yeah,
Ugarte, I think he will make a big difference to us. We
The energy.
need a nasty player who is going to foul players.
Well, I said to you when we signed him, he's a foul merchant. He will get cards.
He's got to be smart though.
But here's one for you. How many times have we sat there and watched Man United get attacked and they've ran past our players and they don't bring them down and we concede? Just grab them. Just pull them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sends us insane, doesn't it?
Well,
that's what I got.
It's the 90th minute ones. It's the Fulham at Old Trafford. It's those sort of the Wolves game. I mean, just stop the attack.
Yeah.
In its like literally these attacks. There's an opportunity to take these players down in the 90th minute in their half.
Yeah.
Pull them down. Ugarte will do that.
Do you think McAllister's doing that? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And let's talk about
Rodri's
Rodri. Oh, that's my next one. Oh my God, Rodri could punch someone and the ref would be like, "Yeah, no worries, mate, no booking." What? He's a master at it.
So I do hope Ugarte is of that sort of same ilk.
However, if you have watched him, is he going to be the Casemiro where it's his name, we'll book him? Because Casemiro gets booked.
I think that's going to happen. I think that is 100% going to happen. If I was a betting man right now, I would be going Ugarte to get carded at Palace, Ugarte to get carded at Villa. I'd be looking at them all now. If you get the market for them, just back him to get carded in the next 3 games.
I think he does it. Does he play?
Yeah.
Does he start?
Yes.
Who are you playing? Mainu Ugarte?
Mainu Ugarte.
Bruno?
Yeah.
So you're dropping Ericsson out? You're so biased. I do have one more thing. Before we go on to our weekend treble.
Okay.
And you know how much I love Çalhanoğlu. Probably my favourite player. I absolutely love him. He's been enlisted into the Ballon d'Or nominees.
Yeah.
And he is getting slated online. Do people not watch football? Like, genuinely, have you got people that just...
People don't watch football, Vince.
Oh my God, he is amazing. He's the best centre midfielder in the league. He controls games. He can attack. He can defend. He can score goals. He takes free kicks. He takes penalties. He is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And it winds me up that they're going, how is he even in there? This is the worst Ballon d'Or I've ever seen. They can't watch the Italian league.
Well, they don't.
They can.
Well, that's all it is.
Won
they
4
don't.
trophies this season.
Yeah.
They won the Italian league.
Yeah.
They went far in Champions League, but who was it? City, they're not the most.
But also look at the season before that. Obviously, Champions League final. So they've won the Scudetto with him in central midfield, and Henrik Mkhitaryan, who's also done really well there. I think there's talk of Fratesi sitting in there as well.
I don't like Fratesi
because Barella's not going to be playing. But I've also noticed Çalhanoğlu's not been playing recently. Is he injured?
Not that I've noticed.
He didn't play the other day against Monza.
Maybe they were
resting him for City.
He got injured towards Turkey for Turkey at the end, didn't he? Because it missed some of the bigger games. They haven't changed anything. So,
but you have hit on something there that is really frustrating for people who do watch other leagues. People don't watch other leagues, but they'll be the first people to tell you that player's shit, that player's good. You don't watch them.
Well, I do. The Premier League for me over the last 2 years, not just because United have been poor. The refereeing standards is just so bad. I can't enjoy the games anymore. I enjoyed the other night. I think Jared Gillett's probably our best ref. He had a tough game against Chelsea, but I think other than with one of the cards, I think they were all correct cards. But the Premier League is so tough to watch. You go over and watch the Italian league. The technical ability, the passing, the movement, the runs, the way it all works. It's 10 times better than the Premier League. Of course, you've got the Premier League that's fast-flowing football, but the fouls and the little pathetic free kicks are just destroying it. The money's destroying it. City are now obviously running away with everything all the time. But that Italian league, you look this season, you got Napoli atop, Inter off it, Roma off it, AC are off it. I'm telling you now, if you don't watch Serie A, go and watch it because you will not be disappointed. It is such a good league, and watch Çalhanoğlu before you have any type of comment because he is a top quality player. I'd have him over 90% of players, especially in the Premier League. I think the only player you probably take over him in centre mid is probably Rice and Rodri. Other than that, I'm having Çalhanoğlu. I think he's that good. I really do. I think he's been underrated his whole career.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's Çalhanoğlu. That's not a United player, but I'm just in love with him. I think he's class.
Yeah, he's very good.
And what else is a good thing to remember with Çalhanoğlu?
Oh, he always shoots.
Over 2 shots.
Yeah.
Every single game.
Yeah, he has stopped shooting as of late, though.
They've played him deeper.
Well, they're playing Fratesi, and I think if they play Fratesi, there's a lot of talk that Fratezi's better than Barella. I'm not having that. But
No,
there's
I'm
been,
not having
I,
either.
I think it was Christian Vieri said it. Obviously, Inter legend.
Yeah.
Christian Vieri said that Fratesi is a better player than Nicolo Barella.
I'm not.
So they're playing.
They've definitely dropped Calhanoglu deeper, 100%.
Henrik Mkhitaryan will
How
play.
does that man get into the?
I think he's good.
I do.
Yeah.
He just loses the ball so easily.
I
Makes
think
the
he's
wrong
good.
passes for me.
I thought he's
frustrates me.
last season. I thought he was fantastic. Season before, really good. I think he's been really good.
What's your opinion? So this is a weird one. We're going off on Italian league, but we love Italian league, and while you're here, you may as well listen. What's your opinion on DiMarco?
Oh, I've said it for the last 3 seasons that he is maybe the best fullback in the world, but definitely best left back. Him or Theo Hernandez. I think the two at the Milan clubs are right up there. And yeah, DiMarco's been someone I think I said it to you boys in the group chat. People were asking who's a player that you would sign. I said DiMarco. I don't think anyone had watched him at that point. No. That was about 2-3 years ago. I said he is top. I like
him. I do like him. He works hard as well, doesn't he? I do like him. Well, that's our segment on Serie A.
Yeah, apparently we do Serie A podcast now.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to explain to the people
the weekend treble? Okay, yes. Right. Listeners of my podcast will know that I do a weekend treble. That is a treble that I select every single week. I'm aiming to make profit at the end of the season, essentially. So yes, I might lose one and then I might win one. Ideally, at the end of the season, it'll be a total net profit. At the moment, this season, I am 4 out of 5 for winners. So I am flying at the moment. Vince wants to get involved. So on This Is United podcast, we are now going to be competing. Your weekend treble versus my weekend treble. Are you confident?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm absolutely confident.
So we don't know each other's trebles going into it. So we'll come into it on every episode and reveal them to you and to each other. Then it's up to you if you want to back his or back mine. At the end of the season, whoever's made the most amount of profit wins. Whoever's made the least amount of profit has to do a forfeit.
Yes.
Do you have it cemented in your mind what the forfeit is?
Not yet. So anyone's got any ideas, throw them in. We had a rough idea, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're quite proud people, I would say. And tell us what you think. The one idea was we take the other person up to Old Trafford last game of the season. The loser has to go and stand it by the players' tunnel and scream for signatures. And you have to get at least one signature as they're walking into the ground. Now, for me, I'd rather die than
it's got to be selfies, right? Not signatures.
Oh, selfies.
Selfies more than embarrassing, isn't it?
32-year-old man saying, give me a selfie, please, Hoyland.
Loser has to do selfies, I think. And you've got to get one.
That'd be horrendous.
You've got to get one.
Have to get one. So that's the idea. But if you've got any better ideas, throw them in.
I like that one. I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's a day out, so you pay for my day out to Old Trafford, and
whoa.
Let's be honest, I am flying. You can't be that confident.
I'm absolutely.
I'm £79 up already. We're 5 weeks in.
We'll catch him. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Your weekend treble. Do you want me to say mine?
Yeah.
I've revealed mine on my podcast, so if you've listened already, you may know it. The first selection is Wickham to beat Cambridge.
Oh no!
The second selection is Bayern over 1.5 goals away at Werder Bremen.
That's a tough game to predict because I looked at that for a long time.
And then my third selection, on brand, it's United or draw away at Palace. The double chance.
You were always going to put United in there. That
£10 on, £29 back. This is the 1 week I think I've struggled the most. I said last week it was a bit difficult, but genuinely this is the one I've struggled with. I couldn't find anything I liked, and it took me hours to get this.
Yeah, the rules are as well. It has to be Saturday games. There's no Sunday games or midweek games. We have to stick to a Saturday, which makes it a lot more difficult. Yeah. Now Wickham, I had Wickham in mind, but I took them out 1.7. I bet a lot. I watch a lot of League 2 and League 1. I bet a lot on League 2 and League 1, and games like that, they should win. They're towards the top of the table. Yeah. Wrexham against
Birmingham.
What? Not Wrexham. Sorry, Wickham. Wickham are against
Cambridge.
Cambridge
are awful.
At bottom of the league, but they're 1.7 for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
They should be bossing that game. I'm telling you now. Cambridge will start off. They'll score a goal, and Wickham will go get a red card. So I've left Wickham out. Yeah. I've put them in and I've taken them out. So what I've gone with is Wrexham. Straightforward win. I don't know. Can't remember now. Wrexham are playing.
Oh, see, guys, if you're going to back one, back the one that knows who his team is.
I don't remember. Wrexham are 1.44. So Wrexham, I've gone Genoa or draw.
Who are they playing?
They are playing. Venezia. I've done it. Venezia. So I've gone Genoa or draw. I did put them to score just to score a goal. But I was like, it
Italian
could
league.
be a tough game.
Yeah.
And the last one, Lecce versus Parma. Parma to score over 0.5 goals.
I think Parma will score.
I do.
like Parma. I watched them this week and they're
decent
very
odds.
good.
Very good odds.
Yeah.
Mine's £10 on, 25 back. So mine's a little bit lower first week. However, I'm telling you right now, I am promising you Wickham will cost Alex this week. I am promising you right now.
The thing
Trust
is,
me.
At this point, if you were following mine from the start of the season, I said it on the podcast this week, you would have to back me and me lose 8 in a row for you to start making a loss. That's how far ahead I am.
You just got a bit of experience. No problem.
With us two now, we are starting from scratch.
Level playing field.
So it's a level playing field, and I don't know, you could be catching me at a bad time. I might be able to about to go like that. I think it was a really difficult week, and I think if either of us pull this off this week, I think we got to be happy with ourselves.
I mean, usually just to find out anything short odds was tough. Like everything was so short that like anything like even the Munich game.
Well, look, Bayern have just
good.
come off the back of scoring 9 goals, and I worried. I don't know if that's a good thing because I thought, have they just used all their goals up already?
And
They've
Werder
just
Bremen
scored
don't
6
concede
and then
loads.
9.
They don't concede loads.
I just think Bayern are so strong in this league. Harry Kane is on such good form.
He's
No, I don't think
unbelievable,
any
isn't he?
team can stop him. Let's talk about Harry Kane just before we finish.
No, I agree.
Because Harry Kane, for me, has been the best striker in the world for 10 years. Lewandowski's the only other one. Suarez
I would say
on the
I would say
backwards
3
trajectory.
years, 100%. It's been Harry Kane.
Let's say
sure.
5 years. I think we can meet in the middle. Harry Kane
Lewandowski's
has
won a Ballon
been.
d'Or.
Harry Kane has been the best striker in the world for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
The disrespect this guy gets, particularly from England fans. Yes, he didn't have the greatest tournament. Yes, he doesn't necessarily light the world on fire with pace, but that is why I get frustrated, because people have this opinion that a striker has to be quick, has to be really dynamic. Harry Kane has everything that a midfield player has, and he's a top finisher.
Absolutely. If there's
He's
anybody
far from finished.
who has a chance in the world, one-on-one with the keeper, you're picking Harry
picking
Kane
Harry
over
Kane.
anybody. There's no one even close, is there? If there's a decent chance, or even a half chance,
Ball
he's
falls
picking
to him, yeah.
Unbelievable. Penalty, Harry Kane. Obviously.
Scored 3 penalties in the week.
Unbelievable. And he had a goal disallowed.
And did you see the technique for the first penalty?
I haven't. The only goal I saw was Guerrero's goal.
Oh,
in the chest.
It was so un-Harry Kane like. He did a stutter.
Did he?
Yeah, he started run up. Yeah, and slotted it the other side.
But I
Didn't
know I
feel
agree
like
with you.
Harry
I
Kane.
think
It's brilliant.
Harry Kane is England's. Rooney's our best ever player, but Harry Kane's our best ever striker.
I think Harry Kane's our best ever striker. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think he gets massive disrespect.
What a positive way to have done this show. This feels great. Should we do this every week?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wait for United to win 3-0 and 7-0 respectively.
Yeah.
Before we can be this positive again.
Hey.
But I honestly think a decent performance or a narrow victory at Palace, and I will be super positive.
I don't even care about the performance at Palace. Just a result. Get a result.
You're right.
Get it in there.
Right.
Get it done. Get out. Just a result at Palace.
100%.
So that's us. Thank you for listening. We will be back next Thursday and every Thursday after until the end of the season.
Correct.
Yeah.
See you again, guys. Have a great week.
Thank you very much. Ta-da.
Because the cold for crumbling empire.